All day, all night, you've cried and cried. You'll be okay, you'll be fine. At Spicy with Phina, we understand all the pains.
Lagos is one major city known for the day-to-day hustle and bustle. All day and all night, with the road never devoid of commuters who are all in a perpetual hurry to get to where they are going to. Whatever it is that they are bound to do, they are always in a hurry. The reason we would always be right to substitute Lagos with traffic. Unfortunately, in the midst of all this, healthy living seems to be an abstract phenomenon, as there is hardly any time allocated to pay proper attention to our health. Today on Spicy with Phina, we'll be looking at and discussing some of the ways we can factor healthy living regardless of the fast lane we are all running on. At this point, I think we'll have to meet my guests, and when we come back, we'll look at the story we have for today. Let's meet our guest.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all the pains.
Joy Christopher is a thriving businesswoman in the food business. She draws from her passion in cooking to craft a career for herself in the food business. With a large clientele within and outside Lagos, she's a fun-loving personality with an easy approach to life. Moyo Sore Farawe Ahmed, also known as Moyolistic or Moge Sweet 16, is a versatile go-happy radio presenter with over 15 years experience in the media industry. She holds a master's degree in mass communication with specialty to radio and TV broadcasting, and has worked with leading media platforms in Lagos, Nigeria, including 102.7 Nigeria FM and Lasgidi FM 90.1. She's also a successful actor and filmmaker, currently featured in the long-running popular series My Siblings and I, Industries, Bella's Drift, and a number of others.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all the pains.
Welcome back. It's still Spicy with Phina, and I already have my guests, Moyolistic Moyo.
Yay!
I don't know why I call. Most times I tend to address people here first because you're directly in front of me. Like, Moyo, it's good to have you. Like when I got my director to talk to you initially, I was saying, let this lady come. I used to like your, I used to love your show on Lasgidi FM, right?
Yes.
And the role you played in My Siblings and I. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm fine.
No, of course I
and
can
you?
see you're fine. Why am I even asking how are you?
And you? You look good.
Oh,
Sexy mama.
Thank you, thank you. Joy, joy, joy. Have you been?
Yes, Phina.
Good to have you around.
Thank you.
Joy, you're actually into food, so I expect that you should be able to tell us, some nice things we should be eating. Because, but I have a story that I would like you guys to actually look at, and with the story we can now, try to look at possible ways we can address the issue. I tagged it Living Healthy in Lagos. So let me just go ahead and read the story so we can. I've been living in Lagos for so many years, but I live in this particular compound where my neighbors, especially the guys, find my window, the back of my house, my room, as their joints where they gather to, smoke most of the evenings. Wow. And all the while they do this, I inhale the smoke. After all the stress I go through on traffic and all the issues I go through at work, I still come back home to inhale this smoke from my neighbors. I try at some point to approach them, to get them to stop, staying at that point. And what I could get from them is we're all living together in this compound and we all paid money in this compound, and there is no other place they can choose. They said they can choose to stay wherever they like regardless. What should I do? Do I continue to inhale this smoke? How healthy can this be? Is it even healthy at all? Do I pack out of this place? I am just confused. The problem you go through on traffic, you inhale smokes from other vehicles, and then you come back home and same thing happens at home. In fact, what is even the best way to survive in Lagos? It's really confusing because I want to assume if we're all living in the same compound, I paid for, because from the look of things, of course, we can't say it's flat because it's obvious. If it's flat, it can't really affect her that much. Or anyway, it could if if they are on the ground floor and all that, you know. But you can't restrict your neighbors or try to tell them to do what you want them to do. Everybody have freedom of living. So, but I want us to address this matter. First thing first, let's look at how best one can actually survive in Lagos. Looking at the fact that you go out every day, you encounter traffic, and people who enter public transport, they're even trying, because at the end of the day, you meet people inside the bus and a lot of things, you know. So, but I just want you to air your view as to how best one can actually survive in Lagos. Let me start with you, Moyo.
Sorry, I will still go back a bit. I think she still has the right to complain of people, because you said it's not her place to tell people what to do. But it's not in your own place to also affect my health. Because even if she's not smoking it, she's actually a secondary inhaler. So I know there are bodies or, you know, people, agencies, maybe consumer protection, I'm not too sure, that she can report this matter to, and they'll definitely look into it, because it's just not fair. I can't come home, then somebody, it's just like saying somebody's turning the front of my house to a dustbin depot or something, and you're saying I shouldn't complain because it's his right to. It's not his right. I'm not saying don't smoke, but smoke in your room. If you want to die, die alone. That's just it.
You want to die alone.
Yeah,
but
die
that's
alone.
True, though.
Do you understand? So for that's for that question. Then living healthy in Lagos, oh my goodness, is a challenge. In a way, I have some little comfort of life, and I still find it stressful just being in Lagos alone. Hours of traffic is another thing. Then the smoke, generator noise, you know, how dirty a lot of places are. So living in Lagos already is a big challenge. Right? I just feel we still have to try as much as possible to make sure we do the best we can, because we only have just one life to live.
One life to live.
Yeah.
Joy, what do you think about it? If you were to be in that lady's shoe, what would you have done? Be sincere, because someone like you, I think you can even solo up, but someone like you.
Seriously, I will never be comfortable. But first of all, I will approach the landlord or the landlady to complain about the whole thing. Know what their response will be. So I don't think going directly to those people, approaching them, telling them, you don't know how dangerous they can be. So for your own sake, for your life's sake, you just approach the landlord or the landlady. If there is anything they can do to help situation, they should do it. If not, then she should look for other options, either to move out of that place for her health's sake.
So, but you guys have been in Lagos for quite some time.
Yeah.
How have you, Moya, you go to work and you have other things you do. What are, let me say, the habits or health, how do I put this again? What are the things you do to help you stay healthy, regardless of the atmosphere of Lagos?
On the personal notes, like I try as much as possible to depurge my mindsets from worries. There are so many things we go through, challenges we face in life, but when you worry, you just kill yourself, especially when you cannot handle it. So as much as possible, I try, like, breathe in, breathe out, just take a minute and, like, you know, pull back and say, okay, I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm not going to allow this to, you know, destroy my mood and thereabout, because our mood is also a part of our living, psychologically, mentally, emotionally. All these things plays into how healthy we live our life. You would see a 30-something-years-old person slumps and die because of too much thinking. Apart from stress, too much thinking. Everybody goes through stress. I feel everybody in Lagos basically going through stress. Do you understand? But when you think, then you're not eating healthy, not eating properly, not eating at the right time, not sleeping well. How many hours of sleep do you get? Now, some people will go to work, traffic would, you know, affect their coming back home. But when they come back home, what do? Do they go to drink in club? do they sit down and watch, you know, some TV programs
And
that
still
are
go to bed late
and still
and
go
wake
to
up
bed
early?
late? Then you will now wake up maybe by 4, 5. You're killing yourself gradually. That's the truth about it. You know you have to go to work the next day. Eat, you know, allow your food digest, then go to bed after taking a lot of water, of course. But some people opt for frizzy drinks.
At that time.
At that time. Some people will even eat eba, heavy food, then get heartburn. Do you understand? So there are so many things we on our own, we actually do to destroy our lives subconsciously. Maybe we don't know. That's why they say ignorance is actually a disease.
So, but if you want to point out one of those things, say give people 3 things that they should do to make them stay healthy, what would you advise them?
I'll tell them to sleep well.
Okay, like how many hours of sleep do you think is enough? I know they said 7 hours.
They say 8 hours, but at least try and get up to 6. At least.
Minimum of 6.
Minimum of 6 hours. You understand? So I would say sleep well. Then I also say try as much as possible to drink and eat well. Drink water. Have water. Everywhere I go, I'm proud to say it. I'm not ashamed to say that. I always have a bottle of water in my bag. It's not like as if I can't buy on the road, but at any point in time you're feeling tasty. It's bad for your body to even be tasty. For it to be tasty, it means it has already gone through a long stage of deprivation. I mean, before I blow the grammar, please help me before I bagown.
Dehydration.
You understand? So I feel they should have that. Then I also feel as much as possible, try not to worry too much. What you can't help, just remove it from your mind. Because too much thinking causes high BP already.
High BP
Hypertension. You have a bad child, it's definitely going to lead to hypertension. You have bad in-laws, definitely going to lead to hypertension. You have bad boss because some offices, you are, oh my goodness. Do you understand? That's already going to lead. So try as much as possible to make yourself happy. Think happy thoughts, have a positive mindset that it will be well with you.
Joy, you are into food.
Yes.
And all the while I feel you might have an idea on what is heavy, what is light, when we should eat it or when we shouldn't eat it. Like, you prepare food and I assume that, yes, eating a bite is nice. So let me have 1 or 2 things you would say that could help people stay healthy.
Okay. Just as she said, you prioritize your sleep at least 7 to 8 hours.
8 hours
a day. You make a list of what I should do for the day, so that you don't do what you're not supposed to do for that particular day. It will stress you up. And I also believe that one of the signs of maturity is the ability to say no. There are some engagements that people want to engage you in, like, you know, some people hardly say no to some certain things.
And they just want to work themselves out.
They just want to please everybody. So if you have that ability to say, no, I'm sorry, I'm very, very busy, I don't think I can make it, you know, then you have already prioritized your day. You've set your goals for the day. I'm going to do this, I'm going this place. So nobody's plan or agenda will come into your own plan for that day. If they have not told you before that day, you don't have to do it to please anybody.
So you're saying planning your day, try not to overwork yourself will help you, will help your health somehow. Because if you are stressed out, of course your health will be affected.
Of course.
But I actually agree and disagree a bit with her.
Okay.
Am I permitted to? I'm sorry.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
When she said that you need to plan your day so that you don't please people, it's true that you shouldn't please people. But what about if you're in the setting where you need to please your boss? You have some boss that will tell you, Mr. John, you're going to have to follow me to this meeting. Meanwhile, you didn't plan it. And maybe the meeting is even for you to go and drink and be discussing, and you're not even a drinker. Or something. Do you understand? In that kind of way, you will definitely have to please your boss, because we know that there's no job opportunity like that in Lagos.
You're working under someone.
Yes.
You sure have to please the person. I'm not saying you shouldn't.
So you're saying if you have the opportunity to plan your day and have it under control,
yes,
you don't have to.
Yes, bring in other people's plans to your own plan.
To disrupt yours. Okay.
You understand? I'm not saying. What I mean is, you can please people, but not everybody. You have to please your boss. He's the one paying you. paying your salary. I don't know.
We'll continue on that discussion. Let's just go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all the pains.
Welcome back. We're still discussing living healthy in Lagos, and my guests have just not been doing badly. Like, you guys have just been doing great. But like I said before we went on a quick break, I said I have a question, and my question is, generally, living healthy, some people might say, is not affordable. They feel for you to eat those nice things, those very healthy things, requires money, and Lagos is very beautiful. Like, everything marama, like they would say. So what do you think living healthy is affordable? At least you do food, you go to the market, you buy stuffs. Do you think, is that affordable? They can afford to eat good things. All they need to do is this. Do you think it's affordable?
Yeah. Living healthy is very affordable, or eating good food is affordable also.
Eating good food is affordable?
Yes.
When I cannot buy snail. Snail is 1,000
You
something.
mustn't go for snail.
But it's healthy.
You cut your coat according to your clothes.
But snail is healthy. That's why I'm talking about healthy food.
There are some food.
Beef is cheap, but beef isn't that good to the body.
What about fish? You can go
fish.
for fish.
My
Even
sister.
though fish is becoming expensive.
My sister, do you know how much is a kilo of fish now?
Do you understand? Fish is expensive.
You mustn't go for kilo of fish.
I should go for one.
Yes.
One fish, my sister.
I should eat one fish. My children will not eat.
The cheapest fish.
I'm not saying you should just buy one. You mustn't go for one.
The cheapest fish,
They
which is
have
probably
that.
a jakika, is even 700 naira.
Shower is cheap.
4 pieces.
4 pieces.
You mustn't get all those things. Okay, let me give a suggestion of or an instance. My friend, she usually cooks soup when we were in school back then. She, instead of her buying fish or meat, she'll say it's expensive. I beg, babe, I won't go buy isam.
What is this?
Isam is not. Isam, they don't use it for.
No, it's a healthy food. It's iron.
But it's not meat you can see now. It's periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle is the sam.
She uses it to cook plantain, unripe plantain.
Oh.
By the time she buys isam 100 naira, unripe plantain 200 naira, crayfish 100 naira, babe, food already.
And it's healthy though.
Very healthy.
But you were
So you mustn't
talking
go-
about back then. It's different from now.
Now.
It's still
Sis, I went to, like, me and you, we go to the market this week.
Yes.
You know that
Almost
next
every
week,
day, of
they would have
course.
topped at least 1,000 naira.
I remember she even called me to say they've done this.
Somebody came to, okay, there was this product that they brought, vacuum,
Okay.
to clean the house. Sweethearts, believe me, it was a wow product. The vacuum would do everything, that to even massaging your feet and everything, acupuncture and all that. Ask me how much was it? 1.6 million naira. That's where they say, who not like better thing, make I hear, abi make I see. Abi how they saying it?
Who don't like better thing?
Definitely, they say better thing, na money killer.
Na money killer.
That's the truth. That's
So
why
living healthy is not
the
really
rich are getting
affordable.
richer, and they're, okay, they go for vacation. My sister, when last did you go to the Bahamas?
Bargain, eh? So, but that means I understand where Moyo is coming from. Like, there are certain things that we need to do to stay healthy, but it doesn't really come cheap per se.
Exactly. Okay, my mind is troubled. I'm having stress. I need a therapist. Can I afford a therapist?
That's the thing.
No.
That's the thing.
You might a rich man will sit down on the couch.
You mustn't get a therapist.
So who would
Okay.
I
Have
get?
our Google there.
Okay.
There are some certain things you'll be passing through. Instead of getting all these professionals or whatever, you can Google it. Solve your problems.
What about the
Okay.
heart talks is? I'm going through something. You need a friend, but you know your friends might betray you in future. You just need somebody that
You
know
can
there's
talk
this guarantee
to.
that your secret will not be revealed. The rich man goes sit on the couch and say, "Oh,
This is the problem.
this is the problem, Mama." And voila, the therapist gives him the solution. Then the poor person will be sitting down with his hand on
And
his
be
head, saying,
thinking.
"I wanna make like."
What we are talking about here is eating healthy food.
If it's affordable.
If it's affordable. We are not talking about all this luxury life of going to Bahamas, wherever. You can actually eat healthy food that are not that expensive.
So can you give us some that?
I've just given you an instance. Even till now, plantain is not that expensive. You can go for
Plantain is 1,000 naira for one.
Plantain is not
500 bunch.
Have you seen the 500
Go
naira?
to-
It's like kwashiorkor, premature babies.
It's not. I just bought plantain this morning.
Where's the
Yes.
location?
Because I know those people that sell. There are some people that sells plantain that I know close to this on this Lekki Ekpe Express. It's 1,000. That's what I'm saying. The one of 500 you cannot even buy it. Like,
and how can an average Nigerian earn that doesn't earn, some even earn 30,000 naira? How do you want him to cope with feeding properly?
But are you trying to tell me that since they don't earn well, they shouldn't eat good food?
I'm not saying they shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
So you are saying regardless they should be able to eat good food.
My darling,
they should.
Regardless,
there are some cheap food in the market.
Can you give me an example? Maybe.
Yes, I think she should.
I
want to buy cheap food.
I want to know where our market is so I can follow.
Okra, you can get okra. You know, okra is a very healthy food. You get okra like 200, even 150. You get vegetable, 100 naira. No matter, even if you have 3 children or whatever, you know how to manage yourself. Now you package yourself, give your children.
But when you eat it like that every day, is this
you're not
balance?
eating it. No, you can. I am telling you foods. I'm not just giving you
so
one
you talked about okra soup, you talked about
plantain
plantain and
yes,
periwinkle.
That plantain and periwinkle in River State, they call it kekefia.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So you can also get that okra. There is this soup they call is Ikwere native soup. They use just ofo and red oil to prepare it with ozoza leaf. Food don't be that. There are food you can afford, no matter how small it is. If you want to eat eba, maybe fufu 100 naira or 50 naira, you don't eat food be that. You buy your 400 naira, buy oil 100 naira or 200 naira, buy your ozoza leaf 50 naira. Food done. If you want to add any other thing, you can buy this pium throw I suggested, or even this panla fish, 300 naira. You put it in your food, in your soup and eat.
So basically now, the calculation you're calculating, from what I've deduced from what you're calculating, you're going to spend nothing less than at least 1,000 naira.
At least 1,000 naira.
Every day.
Not
or
every
for
day.
one meal, basically.
Because she's right,
meal.
because if you check all these things you just mentioned now, if I use it to make food, I don't think it will carry me to the next day.
Exactly. It can't.
It will.
It's just going to be like one or
at least 2 days.
But what I'm saying, in a day, you are supposed to eat 3 times at least,
Yes,
basically.
Of course.
yes. And that food you cannot eat it twice.
If you get your soup at night, in the afternoon, in the morning you can just buy sachets, whatever, Milo, milk, make your tea and drink. If you have the money, buy egg, fry, or you boil with your bread. Then at night,
but have you seen how much bread is now? Do you know bread is 500, 600?
Yeah, bread is 500,
bread
600.
They have bread 200. I get bread.
For how many?
They have
For how many people? Now let me say a family of 5. How can you live on 200 naira bread?
That's the thing, because you have to also consider that
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
just you.
Okay, now you're earning 30,000 naira as a salary or 50,000 naira. By the time you remove school fees,
your family, you have a
we are
family.
talking about family.
Yes,
here.
of course. You remove school fees, you remove rent, you remove basic amenities, you remove miscellaneous, you remove health, maybe your child falls sick, God forbid, or thereabout. What is left for food? It's what I'm scared of.
That's the thing.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
It's all about management.
It is, but why do you think rich man's skin is always glowing?
Because they can afford to eat the right foods. Anything they want to eat.
Do you know that there's a stem cell I bought? But when you see a poor man, okay, just look at this setting now. Just imagine this is a rich man's house. This is actually a rich man's house anyway, right? Now, just imagine that I'm living in this kind of setting. Not like in a face me I face you, where your neighbor is screaming at you, you can't even rest, have peace of mind. Okay. Do you understand? Where your pot of soup is in danger because you are cooking in the same kitchen with everybody. I'm being truthful.
Of course,
I'm being factual.
you're real.
So if I want to come in there, you are saying living healthy in Lagos can be affordable. Why she's of the opinion that it's not really affordable because the rich gets the best, like they can afford anything they want, but the poor can't. You know, before I have another thing to talk about, because when you talk about the rich and the poor, some of these people, they are working in different companies, some are doing menial labors and all that, and they're not being paid well.
Exactly.
And because they're not being paid well, they can't afford the good life they deserve.
Definitely.
But before we round up with that, let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back.
At Spicy with Phina, we understand all the pains.
Welcome back. It's this Spicy with Phina, and we are talking about living healthy in Lagos. You know, before we went on that quick break, I was saying I needed to say something. Now, when it comes to living healthy, money is required, correct? And some of these people that maybe can't afford it, they don't earn well. Some of our employers of labor don't know how to pay their staffs at all. So I think, for me, I think if people are being paid well, they might be able to achieve that good life they desire. But even if you're not being paid well, you can still work around the little things you have to be able to achieve a good life. So while we're trying to round up the show, what do we advise this person? Like I know you guys have said it earlier. I think you said something that she should either pack out of the place, or because she's saying she inhales these things. What should she do? Let's address the story.
Okay. What I said before now was that if she goes to report the case to the appropriate quarters and nothing is being done, I would advise she move out.
What if she goes to another company and something like that happens?
She has to know the environment very well before she moves in.
Okay, Moyo.
I feel because there are times when maybe she can't avoid it because she can't afford it. Okay. So in that kind of situation, if she has tried to report to the authorities and nothing is happening, then I feel she should make sure she closes her window. She should, get a rechargeable fan or thereabout. Then I also think she should also boost her immune system. Okay. It's very necessary that, in as much as, stress is there, everything is expensive, there are still little things you can basically do for yourself. You understand, to stay healthy. So I feel she can increase her fruit intake.
Okay,
fruits.
Very important.
Very important.
Okay.
Very important. You can take watermelon 100 naira, maybe pineapple. At least there is the cut version. Oranges. You don't have to buy the whole watermelon because it's going to be expensive. So she can just make sure she increases it. Then there are things like vegetables. You can blend it. There's cucumber. You can blend it. Ugu. All those things. Drink it. It will help to at least increase her own immune system. And sleep is also necessary because every time we sleep at night, our body produces a cell that helps to fight infection. Okay. Inflammation, and also stress. It helps to reduce stress. That's why sleep is also very necessary. So she should also try as much as possible to sleep and try as much as possible to stop worrying so much.
Okay, so let's give our final notes on the topic generally. How best can you live healthy in Lagos? The do-it-yourself habits one should cultivate, in order to live healthy in Lagos. Let me start with you.
Okay. Just as we argued here, getting a good
sleep,
getting a good life is not that cheap.
Okay.
But there are some free gifts of nature,
okay,
like sleep. Okay. Water is not expensive.
Okay.
To get. Waking up in the morning, having a little exercise to exercise the body is also a good one. Yes. So,
so you're advising them to at least take enough sleep, drink a lot of water.
Yes.
And what else?
And have their daily routine.
Okay.
So that they can know when to do certain things and when not to do them, in order to be able to, have enough time to sleep.
Okay, that's fine. So Moyo.
And I also think that they should also, yes, she got it right. Then to add, but stress more. I also think that they should also have positive people around them. Okay. Because the people you surround yourself with also matters. Okay. You understand? Then another point again I'm going to give them is that they should try as much as possible to take a step back and have me time. The little way they can. If the me time is for you to relax, watch TV all day, give it to yourself, you deserve it. You don't have to come back from work. Oh, I need to clean this, I need to watch this. If it is for you to just focus on in the parlor to clean the parlor today, fine and good. If it's tomorrow for the clothes, do not kill yourself, do not overwork yourself. It's not necessary, because if you do, life still continues without you. So just try as much as possible to take me time, relaxation time. I deserve it. Cheat, anything you want to, cross your leg and enjoy your life as best as you can.
Coming to look at all that you guys have said, whether you're rich or you're poor, you can afford to live healthy in Lagos. All you need to do is do the needful. There are some God has given to us freely.
Exactly.
Like you can sleep well, ensure you drink a lot of water, free gift of nature.
Exercise,
all those ones. And the ones you can afford, fruit is not that expensive. At least in Lagos they cut fruit. You don't have to buy, So I think
and smile.
Smile.
Smile. Always smile. That's that's truth. Always smile. When you do it, it's a psychological thing in you. Before you know anything, to radiate outside.
Interesting.
When you smile, you are always indirectly telling yourself, I need to be happy.
Happy.
Do you understand? So it's a subconscious act that you are giving to your body.
To your
smile.
body,
And
smile.
believe me, I'm not a scientist, but they always say when you smile, it keeps the frown. Then there's so many cells or something. It helps in your facial. You understand? Before you know anything, you will see a 60-year-old woman looking like a 30-year-old. How do they do it? Like, I wonder.
Like they keep smiling.
They're smiling.
Thank you so much. You guys have really done a lot. You've actually said a lot that we have been able to learn from. So if you're actually watching, of course, free gift of nature, water, sleep well, try to reduce your stress level. Lagos is really, really a busy city, but what can we do? So thank you so much, Moyo. Thank you so much, Joy. Our normal routine in Spicy with Phina, we have something for you. Ooh. And we try our best to, make our guests happy. So this is for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moyo, this is for you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. No, I think I should be saying I appreciate because you guys came on the show.
Wow.
I called you and you were able to come. Thank
you for having
us. So much. At this point, we have to wrap up the show. As you've all heard, sleep well, take a lot of water, try to be happy, smile. In fact, smile all the time because it helps. It helps. Until I come your way again next time with another interesting episode of Spicy with Phina, please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles as seen on your screen. And if you have stories you would like to share with us, kindly send your stories to spicywithphina@gmail.com. And then if you would like to appear on the show, you have a life experience, you want to talk about yourself, you're always welcome. Just send us a message to the numbers on your screen and we will be there to call you to get you on the show. And then if you would want help, like we talked about living healthy in Lagos, and maybe you need a nutritionist, someone who can actually guide you on the right things to do as regards to living healthy, you can always reach us with the numbers on your screen so we can link you up to the professionals in that field. It's been an amazing time, and I hope you all love my Ankara. Until I come your way again next time, let's say it's bye for now. I love you
Let it
all.
out. All day, all night, you've cried and cried. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. At Spicy with